Now. Today is Wednesday, January 24th. We're this close on a name, almost there. So we roll on episode 3 of the show with no name. So we're going to start off recapping the NFL championship round of the playoffs. We got the AFC. We had the Patriots win. I mean, does it even feel like a playoff game anymore? Do you get excited when you watch anything like this?
Yes. It was just a game. It was a game. That was a very good game. I mean, that's the Patriots, in my opinion. Like, if the Patriots and Jags had played in the regular season, I think the Pats would have beat them by 3 scores. And I'm not saying anything bad about the Jaguars. I think they're a really good team with a lot of good things going for them. But, like, the Patriots are just notorious for somehow playing really close and in the playoffs. But it was exciting because it's almost like, I don't know, man. The Pats were down 10 points with 10 minutes left, and it's almost, I don't know. It's like kind of crazy that just how it works now. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're ahead or behind, the Pats are going to win.
Was there ever any time during that game that you're like, well, we might not win this game?
Oh, for sure. I had a ton of doubt. But, like, at the same time, with that doubt, I also was like, I've seen Brady make so many comebacks in so many situations like that. It's almost like I wasn't worried. I was nervous, and I had doubt, obviously. But at the same time, there's one person in the entire history of the league you want in that situation, Tom Brady, and that's who the Patriots have. So I felt good about that. And I looked at my buddy. We were watching the game, and it was 20-10 at the start of the fourth quarter, and I said, dude, 24-20, I'm calling it right now. Not that was some huge crazy prediction, but it was, I don't know, felt good to have it come true.
Yeah. What I can't believe is that the Jaguars had that lead in the first half and then got a little bit too comfortable, too cute with it, took the knee with 55 seconds left and 2 timeouts. Like, what are you doing?
That was terrible. That threw me off. And I'm sure that threw the Pats off, too. Like, okay, that's cool. I mean, you got to trust your team. This is the playoffs. You got to go for it. This is not a time to be conservative and weird about, that was a bad decision. You got to at least go for it. You didn't get any points. You have to go for it. You got 2 timeouts and a minute left in the clock. You have to go. I mean, you're 40 yards away from, you're 3 passing plays away from getting in field goal range. That's 3 more points.
Well, yeah, and I mean, this is the second biggest game in their franchise's history, so you got to take it seriously, and you got to like play to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, that threw me off. That blew me away.
I mean, my favorite part about the whole game is when Kraft handed Belichick the AFC Championship trophy. He gets it in his hand and just turns. He doesn't even look at it, doesn't acknowledge that he got it. If it's not a Lombardi, he does not give a fuck.
No, exactly, and I love it. That's how it should be. Like, who cares if it's worth of this trophy? This just means nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he has, what of those? He have like 8, 10 of those?
Yeah, exactly. Like literally 10 of them. So yeah, who cares? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, great, I'm losing a little bit of shelf space with this, and maybe we get a Super Bowl trophy. I'd rather have the Lombardi.
Yep, exactly. And it's going to be a good Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to it.
It'll definitely be an interesting one. Vikings-Eagles, this is a game that did not work out the way I hoped it would. Didn't even watch the end of it. First Vikings game I've ever turned off early. It was about 3-4 minutes into the third quarter, and I was like, nope, I'm done. Sat there with the TV off, just in my living room. Just sat there.
Staring, analyzing what just took place.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
That Steelers fan that was going to hang himself over the dishes, and I'm like, well, I get him now.
I can't believe that happened. That threw me off. That blew me away. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, yeah, you come out 7-0. That first drive, 5 minutes off the clock, you're looking like one of the best teams in the league, and then that was it. You shit the bed.
That was it. Literally it. With that said, I would rather get blown out in a playoff game than lose a close one, because that way I can just move on that much faster.
That's true. I mean, I started the healing process about 20, 30 minutes ahead of time.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. See, that's important. Heal through that.
I mean, the one dead
We
giveaway.
don't watch TV for a week.
Yeah, I avoided all the radio stations. I'd fast forward through the podcasts I listened to. Anytime they'd like start to say anything, I just couldn't deal with it for like 2 days. But
That sounds right.
I'm finally getting
That's all I
tired.
do. It's like a breakup. You know, you have to like just like no contact about anything for a little while. You gotta just gotta like let it go, let your body heal, let your mind heal, and get back to being you.
Yeah, even in the first like couple quarters, I was getting a bunch of texts. Not even like mean ones, just like, oh, this game's. I mean, they could still win. Put my phone on airplane mode and just chucked it across the room. Like, I'm done with that. No more talking.
Yeah, you don't even want to hear that shit. You don't even want to hear that. Like, I'm with you on that. Like, when the Pats lose, I get tons of text messages. And it's like, I don't want to hear that, man.
No. But it should have been a dead giveaway because this was the first time all season that Mike Zimmer said that he'd be sticking with Keenum. So even in the divisional round, he said, I mean, if we're getting blown out at halftime, we might make a quarterback change. This week, he said, Keenum's our guy. We're sticking with him. So he got too comfortable.
He did get too comfortable. I don't know what the Vikings are going to do with the quarterback situation because I don't think Keenum's a long-term answer. They know that. And they don't have much else. They have Bridgewater and what's his face from
Bradford.
What are you going to do with those guys?
I don't know. We need to trade up and get like a dude out of Oklahoma. He's like my Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield. Just the thing. That's what you need in the NFL. You need a quarterback, you need an offensive line, and you need a defensive line. That's what you need if you want to win.
Yeah.
And NFC, who are you going to be going against? Actually, the NFC is always up for grabs. Seems like every year it's a new player.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we got Rodgers and Stafford right off the bat, and then Trubisky's getting better, I guess, in the North. But
yeah, that's true.
So that'll be. I mean, it'll be it's always a tough division, or it's like the worst division in football. So it could really go either way.
It's true, and they just gotta make some moves. They gotta figure the situation out because they're not going to. Their defense is decent. Defense is solid.
Yeah.
They just need a guy who can throw the ball.
I mean, the defense didn't look that solid on Sunday.
No, it didn't. No, you're right. It didn't. That's true. That's very true.
But I mean, that one play that Jeffries got out there for that wide open touchdown in the middle. Xavier Rhodes is out on that play, and they said something about it. They're like, he's on the sideline. I'm like, well, that's not going to be good. And then they threw a 60-something yard touchdown to him. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it was an interesting game.
Yeah. Next week, we'll preview the Super Bowl, so we got a week off. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. It's not a priority. I mean, they might as well not even do it.
Pro Bowl's trash.
Yeah. It's in, like, Orlando, isn't it?
I didn't know that. Okay, sure.
Yeah. I know they moved it out of Hawaii, and they were doing it where the Super Bowl is, but I think it's in Orlando this year. And I'm like, who the fuck wants to go to Orlando?
Old people.
Yeah, exactly.
and families. Yeah, exactly. I'm good.
So, next week we'll do the Super Bowl. Moving on. This week in the news, sticking kind of with the football, Philly fans did exactly what the city expected them to. Ahead of time, the police said that there's no way they can really protect them. By the end of the night, 0 arrests were made. But there were fires in the streets, fights, people throwing things at Vikings fans, chucking stuff at the bus after they won. To be honest, if they would have burned Philly down, I wouldn't have been that bummed, like, at all.
It doesn't surprise, but that's why everyone hates Philly fans. They don't know how to handle themselves. If they win or lose, it's just like they just want to like get drunk and act like assholes, and just. I mean, what was it? It was like 10 years ago when like Philadelphia fans were throwing batteries at who was it? JD Drew.
Yeah.
JD Drew. Yeah. And yeah, that's just I don't know, man. That's they don't deserve, like no one wants to see them to win anything.
No.
But learn to handle yourself, dude. You act like you've been there. Learn to handle yourself. Don't be a piece of shit.
And the Vikings fans, since they're hosting the Super Bowl, feel like they're going to get a little bit of vengeance. There's a Facebook group going around for Minnesota Viking fans in Minnesota saying that we're going to give them the same kind of treatment that they gave them. So they're going to put paint and snowballs, maybe purple paint, chuck that at them with a little bit of
I think that
glitter.
I hope this happens. This is just pure entertainment. This is great entertainment. This would be hilarious. Someone needs to have a GoPro while they're doing this, so I can just and throw it on YouTube, so I can just sit here in my chair and watch from home and enjoy every second of it. Not even because it's Philly fans, just because I think it's hilarious.
Oh, I can't wait to see the highlights of stuff like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I mean, a lot of Vikings fans are going to get their ass beat, but
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it'll be worth it.
And like, yeah, that's true. It will be worth it, but yeah.
Next
I'm
we
more of
got,
a. No, go ahead.
next we got Boston TV station WCVB TV in it looks like Channel 5 tweeted out a picture of Aaron Hernandez playing the Jaguars back when he was still around, and this was like right after the game. So I mean, how does a Boston TV channel fuck this up that bad?
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. Like, first off, it's Aaron Hernandez. You should know who Aaron Hernandez is at that point. But it's also the old ass photo. I mean, where do you even find that? What do you like Google like Patriots Jags and just post the first photo that you find on Google Images? And it just, like, what were you? Who's in charge? Who's your research department? Like, that's terrible.
I mean, that had to have been it because it went up like right after the game, and like it just makes no sense.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. That guy. Yeah, that's embarrassing. He looks like an asshole. That station looks like an asshole. And but at the same time, even though that whoever did it needs to be, reprimanded, but the station also put it out. It's like, yeah, okay, that's cool, and put it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
the
mean, you
station
think
looks
there's
stupid,
some
too.
sort of multiple checks and balances or like levels that would have to go through before it like makes it. Well, maybe not. It's probably
Not that
just
it's,
one
yeah,
guy.
yeah. He does everything. Yeah, exactly. Not that it's the end of the world. I mean, it's not a huge ordeal, but it's kind of an ordeal at the same time.
Yeah. The Miami Heat released their new Miami Vice uniforms. It's a white uniform with pink and teal writing on it. These jerseys are incredible. They should wear them every single night. Really replace replace any of those T-shirt jerseys that I fucking hate, and wear these every single night.
Oh, Jesus, those t-shirt jerseys are so bad. Those are so bad. They've kind of filtered them out a little. Because remember, they kind of like peaked a couple years ago. They were like, oh, we're going to make this a huge deal. But they've kind of, fortunately, the t-shirt jerseys have kind of started to kind of go away. But I think they still wear them a couple times a year, don't they?
Yeah, I want to say like Christmas and a couple other games that they like highlight them, but I still think they wear them every once in a while.
But yeah, going back to the Miami Heat jerseys, they're amazing. I would buy them. I hate the Heat, but I'll still wear those. Those are cool looking jerseys. Those are super cool looking jerseys. I love them.
Like I'd even buy the shorts and just wear the whole uniform.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're great. I'm a huge fan. I applaud whoever had that idea. That guy deserves a raise.
Yeah, definitely. And then sticking with uniforms, the Team USA for the Winter Olympics debuted their official uniforms, and they featured gloves that are leather. Kind of looks like the old Dumb and Dumber gloves with the tassels hanging down.
Yeah, they're great. They're pretty awesome.
They're so good.
They're very good. I agree. And they look super, super warm, too. Not that I need them out here, but I'm going to buy a pair.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're just like welding or doing some indoor stuff like that, I mean, they'd be perfect. They're nice and thick.
I will look for reasons to wear them.
I might just buy them and have them as like oven mitts. Just
I would think even better. They just yeah, exactly. Make them into oven mitts. I use them as oven mitts.
Yeah, not that I do a lot of baking, but it doesn't really get cold here, so
I'll start baking just so I can use those.
Actually, I might just stop wearing jackets and I'll just wear like a t-shirt and those all winter long, and then that'll give me the perfect amount of warmth.
I dig that. I'm down. I'm with you. We started a new fashion trend. They're great. They're good, attractive. But you're right. They're cool. They're super cool. Looking forward to the Olympics. I love the Winter Olympics. They're by far my favorite, so it'll be a good time.
Yeah, they're coming up right around in like a week or two, I think, and so that'll be something good. So the Cardinals hired Steve Wilkes, the Panthers' former defensive coordinator, as their head coach. It's sort of the ultimate, if you can't beat them, join them situation. The last two times they made the playoffs, that's who they were knocked out by. Really, I think this is probably an all right hire. I mean, their offense isn't really going anywhere right now, and their defense is good, but I mean, that kind of needs to be their main staple.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just this mic here. Yeah, I agree. I mean, stick to defense. Hopefully, the offense will come around because they need it bad.
Yeah, I mean, their defense isn't good enough to win them games, but I mean, it's been what's keeping them around. Their offense is pretty. It's a little suspect right now, especially losing Carson Palmer, possibly losing Larry Fitzgerald. So I mean, two of their only offensive weapons. I mean, David Johnson will be back, but other than that,
Yeah, but robots are so running backs, not robots. Running backs are so iffy nowadays. You never know what you're going to get anymore. But yeah, losing Fitz could be big. He's old, he's declining, but he's still good. They just need someone to get the ball, which they need.
yeah. So I mean, I see them drafting a quarterback pretty high in this draft.
I agree with
Next,
that.
yeah. Next we got Giants hire Pat Shurmur, the Vikings offensive coordinator. I mean, this is a pretty decent move too. He's one of the guys that can talk to quarterbacks, make them better. He could really help out Eli's career. He's kind of on a decline, getting benched for Geno Smith and things like that. So, I mean, hey, maybe you can even make Geno good.
Yeah, he's a good QB coach. I think he'll help Eli, hopefully. Eli needs a little bit of help. Not that Eli's bad, but Eli can use some assistance and get the offense going again because he's had some off years lately. But defensively, they always seem to have a decent defense, so hopefully the Giants can kind of use that move to grow a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, defensively they were all right. I mean, nothing great, but their offense was trash.
Bad, I agree. And they had good too. And they had wide receivers there too, so that hurts. But still,
Yeah, when guys like Brandon Marshall come in and then don't do anything, or like drop easy balls all year, I mean, it's pretty tough to move the ball.
uh,
And then next we got there was a Scottish grocery store that hired the first ever worker robot. So basically, this was a customer service robot that would come in and basically it was supposed to answer questions, kind of converse with some of the customers, pass out samples, things like that. It turns out that it would only give out sarcastic or general answers. So like some of the things they asked it were, "Where's the beer aisle?" or "Where's the beer at?" And he said the alcohol aisle, or "Where's the cheese?" and he would say in the fridge. One of the positives, he called all the women that he talked to gorgeous. So,
there you go.
I mean, he's got a little bit of game at least, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's good for him. You know, if he wasn't a robot, maybe he'd have some something to go off of there. But not sure what he can do as a robot. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's cool that they have robots running stores now, but sounds like a little bit of social awkwardness for this guy. Sounds like he hasn't been social conditioned quite thoroughly.
Yeah, I mean, he was developed by Scottish scientists, so I mean, that it might be just a little cultural barrier, little difference there. But I mean, I'm all on board with this. Anything that reduces the amount of human contact I have to have, or like conversations I don't really want to have with service workers, things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Amazon put out a store with no workers in it except the guy that checks your ID if you're buying booze. And I mean, if I didn't have to stand in line, I'd be 100% on board with that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's a security guy running the place. Or doorman just running the whole store by himself.
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't even remember how many cameras they said there were, but it's just like a ridiculous amount of cameras and then one guy just checking IDs. Yeah.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they don't turn into Terminator 2, I mean, I'm alright with it. But I could see that coming right around the corner.
And gun. Probably the least worst place to be, but
All right, next we got a little bit of shocked or not. Jimmy Garoppolo is getting paid $191,000 if the Pats win the Super Bowl, and $135,000 if they lose.
So it's a win-win for him. So good for him. Obviously, he's rooting for the Pats, I'm sure, not only for the money, but also because he has all his old buddies over there. But good for him. You know, that's why he signed contracts and get guarantees. It's a lot of money. $200 grand to pass to win. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have the best Super Bowl party ever. Just no matter what, at the end of the night, he's bringing home at least 135 grand. So,
Exactly. No matter what you do, he's going to make money.
yeah. All right. Next, we got the actor that played Barney the dinosaur is now a tantric sex therapist. So, quite a bit of a career change in that, you would hope. I mean, I hope it's a big overcorrection, not just some sort of underlying themes that we're going to find out here in the future, but quite a shift in the career field.
I don't even know who played Barney. I just know the song and the dinosaur itself. So, I mean, whatever floats your boat, I guess. Good for him. It's quite the career change, though.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a picture of the guy and would never recognize him if in a million years. So, I mean, I don't think the stigma of being Barney really would have stuck with him.
Oh,
Next, we got Gisele's still trying to get Tom Brady to retire. He went on reports saying that she asked him one night 3 times for him to retire, and he just kind of looked at her and responded with, "Too bad, babe. I'm having too much fun right now." They went on vacation, I think over the summer with Jay Feely, and she tried to recruit him to kind of help out and things like that. It didn't really quite work. His advice to Tom was just play as long as you can. So, I mean, that kind of blew up in her face a little bit.
God, why retire? Yeah, he's playing tough for his game. Like, why would he retire? I mean, I don't know if you've seen the episode that he just released. It's about 20 minutes long, but it kind of goes through a typical couple of weeks of Tom Brady's life and what he deals with. It went from like 6 to 8 weeks out from the start of the season, and it ended. Video ended after their opening loss to the Chiefs in Week 1. But it's interesting to see how he handles losses. There was a scene where Tom was coming home from the game after they lost to the Chiefs, and it was him and Giselle in his car, and he was driving, and he was just devastated. You see, I mean, the guy was, I mean, it was a week-long loss, and the world to him. So that tells you the kind of person that Tom Brady is, how competitive he is. And Giselle she was sitting there the entire time, trying to cheer him up and do her thing. But it was interesting to see that kind of perspective. So I think Tom is, I think it could be. He's on to the next win, no matter what. He just wants to win. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, I got to watch that. I've never really seen that kind of side of him. I'd like to see him just walk in and just, like, punch a hole through a wall or something like that, like Andy from The Office. Next, we got Floyd Mayweather doesn't understand the Me Too movement. He thought it was more of a way for rich people to kind of brag about things that they have. During the interview, a couple of his examples were, I got a Rolls Royce, yeah, me too. I got a private jet, yeah, I got 2. And so, I mean, not only is the guy, this just kind of panders to the narrative out there that he's illiterate and that he just can't quite understand what's going on. Sure, it's recording. Okay, so yeah, it just cut off after I said something about him being illiterate.
Yeah, to go off from there, yeah, he is illiterate, but it doesn't really matter. The man's wealthy as hell, so I would happily trade my literacy for $500 million or whatever he's worth, so good for him.
Yeah, I mean, really on a day-to-day, how much does he really need to read? I mean, he's always with like a group of guys that could read street signs, drive for him, do whatever he wants. I mean, the only thing, he's not cooking for himself. He's not like eating anything like that no one hands him, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Gourmet chef, sure.
Yeah. I mean, odds are 50 Cent's not showing up to his house every day trying to get him to read Harry Potter, so I'd take his life any day. All right, next we got a Canadian train conductor was fired for violating their code of ethics by posting racy bikini pics. So, I mean, in these pictures, one of them she was wearing a bikini. One of them she was wearing like Daisy Duke jean shorts. One of them was she's just wearing like a white T-shirt. I mean, by normal standards, this isn't wouldn't even be considered racy. Nobody would bat an eye in America, but since it's Canada.
They freaked out, but I think, I mean, she's not a bad little girl. They weren't bad photos, so I don't see this year. If anything, it should be used as an opportunity to attract more people to the train conducting job industry. Is that to bring people in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people ride a train in Canada, but I feel like if they would throw this on a poster or like a billboard or something like that, then, I mean, who knows, maybe 5, 10, 15 more people ride the train.
That too. This is opportunity. Stupid Canada.
Yeah, they just don't understand marketing up there. All right, I got a random thought this week. We got a lot of traffic here, usually around the hours of 3 to 5. I know living in LA, you're dealing with traffic pretty much constantly, probably as bad as it is here in Phoenix. A lot of times when I'm stuck in traffic, like coming in and out of Phoenix, I'll look around and see people in their cars just acting completely calm, driving. I mean, this isn't really a time to be calm. I did that every single day, and I would just lose my shit. I just can't handle it. Like, on a highway, you're supposed to be going 65, 70 miles an hour as a speed limit, and you're going maybe 3 with stopping every, I don't know, 10, 15 feet.
Anxiety induced for sure. Drives me nuts as well. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, anybody that can sit there and be completely calm in that kind of stress, I mean, you can't trust that kind of people. They're clearly some sort of psychopath. Odds are eventually it'll turn into some sort of serial killing. Maybe start with small animals and then people.
Intensity, yes, I agree.
Yeah. All right. A couple hot takes this week. Duke basketball ended up pulling the top 3 recruits of the next year's recruiting class. There's a lot of buzz around the internet kind of looking for answers. How are they getting these recruits? Is there some sort of foul play? Are they paying their players? Things like that. I mean, honestly, if I had to pinpoint one reason, it would be the hype video that they released at the beginning of the season.
Pretty cool.
Grayson Allen coming out, clapping, and then was it Every Time We Touch comes on by Cascade? And,
Cool video. I like it a lot. It was well made.
yeah.
Simple, crazy. I like it. It's a good idea. Duke is a cheating program. I don't see them doing that. Shefsky's a clean, kind of straight-laced guy. He's always in that way. People are jealous. They're haters. That's what it comes down to. People are jealous of success, and Duke epitomizes success. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a top recruit looking at schools, I see that video, and then I also can get the education behind a Duke, even if I'm only going to be there for a year. Why not? I'm going to be in the tournament no matter what.
Exactly. You get some cool experience, hang out with some cool people, and then get a degree.
Yeah, odds are I'm going to be playing on a team with 9 other McDonald's All-Americans, so...
Exactly. Can't lose.
Next hot take I got is Matt Patricia is going to take over the NFC North within a year, 2 tops. He hasn't even officially accepted the job, and already reports have come out that he's been telling some of the Alliance assistant coaches that they're going to have to start looking for a new job. They're out. He's not even the head coach yet.
I'm very Belichick-esque. Patricia's making moves. I like it. Cold business. I hope he does well there. I like Patricia a lot. So I think he'll be a good fit for Detroit. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out their offense game plan, though, because Stafford a bit of a wild man back there at times, but I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be a good fit.
Yeah, I mean, if they could get a couple deep threats, Stafford can be really good at times. I mean, he's the highest paid quarterback. Actually, he's the highest paid player in the league. So, I mean, he should be putting up numbers. He just needs someone to throw the ball to. Guys like Golden Tate and like Kenny Galladay aren't going to be able to you can't run a franchise with that.
Counter a little bit, but yeah, he needs some serious deep threats for sure. He has the arm to do it, and that's it. That's kind of what his game plan is kind of around. It's kind of like a big Brett Favre, like a gunslinger. You need someone to throw the ball to. You need that deep threat.
Yeah. All right. Any parting words of wisdom for this week?
No. No Barney this week.
I like it.